There's a good chance they want me to attend, they want us to attend. And we'll be attending the meeting on Saturday in Europe if we think there's a good chance. And we don't want to waste a lot of time. We think it's negative.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. रहो बेफिक्र।
आधे बाउल दही में 4 चम्मच MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला डाला, स्टर करो, पुदीना चटनी तैयार। MDH चटनी पुदीना मसाला।
पैसा लगाना है तो सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम पे लगाओ। डूबेगा नहीं, जलेगा भी नहीं, कोई खा नहीं जाएगा, धोखा नहीं देगा, ऊपर नीचे भी नहीं होगा, सेफ रहेगा, सिक्योर्ड, मिनिमम 30 साल का रिटर्न देगा। अब इससे बेटर इन्वेस्टमेंट है तो बताओ। सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम, रहो बेफिक्र।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला। मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
सर बचा के विक्रम राठौड़, कहीं फिर से ना भूल जाओ आप कौन हो।
रुक, तेरे अग्नि अस्त्र की अभी मोमबत्ती बनाता हूँ।
प्लीज स्टॉप। झुमका तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका। नॉट देयर, मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा। झुमका तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका। मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
अरे क्या हो तुम?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT का एकदम सॉलिड।
From your smartphones to your smart televisions, trending stories are breaking the internet. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight the conversation starts in Washington because Donald Trump's right hand is back under scrutiny. A fresh bandage, a fresh round of photographs, and another cycle of speculation. The White House press team is fielding repeated questions. Medical blogs are dissecting every frame, and political accounts are calling it the most analyzed hand in America. What happened? Why does the injury keep returning? And why does the online forum refuse to let it go? That's trending across the US right now. But the moment that has sparked real pushback here, viewers, came at the annual congressional ball. Trump walked in with the bandage and walked out, triggering a European debate. His remark that Europe wants him as a leader and that several European nations look to Washington for direction has now become a standalone clip circulating on EU political pages. Some leaders are calling it misplaced, analysts are in fact calling it outdated, and pro-Trump accounts are calling it reassertion of American confidence. Now, whichever side you fall on, the clip has now crossed millions of views and is being remixed with older speeches for context or for contrast. We will break down the specific lines that triggered the online reaction. Now, back at home, Indian sport is driving one of the biggest positive spikes on social media today. Vinesh Phogat, one of the country's most recognized wrestlers, has officially been announced that she is returning to competitive sports. The same athlete who said that she's stepping away from the mat just months ago is now preparing for LA 2028. Her statement that she wants her son to see her as a fighter, both on and off the mat, has turned into a widely shared quote across Instagram and X. Now, coaches, former athletes and fan pages are amplifying her comeback as the return of India's mental fortress. We'll look at the reactions and the numbers behind this particular spike. Now, in Europe, a newsroom confrontation from Poland is dominating conversations about press freedom and political aggression. A sitting senator was caught on cam, viewers, grabbing a journalist's phone during a question on public funds. The unedited recording, which is around 14 seconds, has gone completely viral. And the follow-up angle from another reporter who was standing right behind the senator has further intensified the debate. Hashtags calling for accountability are now trending in Polish and English, and multiple media unions have also issued statements just in the last few hours. We'll explain what led to that exact moment and what's unfolded since the clip went public. We have this and a lot more packed in this power-packed episode for you tonight. I'm Anthara, and this is Trending. A new day and a new instance of US President having made it to the headlines yet again. This time, though, it was more of a spark of concern rather than the usual wave of outrage. Now, netizens recently reignited speculations and discussions on Donald Trump's health as he was spotted yet again with a bandaged and a bruised hand. And this is not the first time, viewers. Of course, Trump was seen sporting these bruises. These speculations would probably not have been as intense, but since these sightings, these bruise sightings, are more of a regular pattern at this point, the conversation sparked since the latest sighting has now gone viral, as to have gathered the White House's attention even further. In fact, those are the pictures that are coming in, ladies and gentlemen, and like I was just telling you, this is not the first time Trump has been seen sporting that bruised hand of his. And it's definitely, by the looks of it, not the last. Of course, speculations continue to grow. Medical reports, on the other hand, are as vague as it can get. Now, viewers, if you thought that the online stir was caused by speculations over President Trump's health and that it was bad enough, or it catching the White House's attention was a big deal, let me tell you, there's a lot more to this. What truly took the internet by storm was White House spokesperson Karoline Leavitt's remark, justifying the president's bruised hand. She found herself at the butt of jokes as she attributed Trump's bruised hands to his multiple handshakes yet again. And she did not stop there. She even went on to state that Trump's been on a daily aspirin regimen, which, per previous physical examinations, can contribute to these bruises seen. And again, viewers, that is not the first time Karoline Leavitt has come up with a bizarre analysis of Trump's bruised hand, and this is, again, certainly not the last.
President is, as for the bandages on the hand, we've also given you an explanation for that in the past. The president is literally constantly shaking hands. The Oval Office is like Grand Central Terminal. He is meeting with more people than any of you even know about on a daily basis. He's also on a daily aspirin regimen, which is something his physical examinations has said in the past as well, which can contribute to that bruising.
And now, viewers, the internet, well, netizens could not hold back as they launched into a tirade of memes, of jokes, and more all over the rather ridiculous handshake attribution. From downright disbelief on Karoline Leavitt's claims to even calling her out for what citizens allege as a big lie, the range of reactions was immense. Being displayed on your screens are the internet's take on the matter. Of course, the internet is in complete splits there, viewers, and for all the right reasons. After all, Karoline Leavitt is giving but a rather bizarre analysis as to why is Trump's hand bruised, and not for the first time there, viewers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring to you yet another story of the US president making headlines today. Now, this viral instance was hosted at the Congressional Ball, which is a long-standing bipartisan tradition that brings members of the House and the Senate together at the White House each holiday season. Now, amid a media interaction, Trump made a rather bold assertion. He said, in what could not be looked as anything but another of his self-absorbed rants, that European leaders increasingly look to Washington for direction. And he did not stop their viewers. He, in fact, went on to harp about how US had solved 8 wars and might need to intervene soon between Cambodia and Thailand. But what truly caught the attention and what went viral was his leadership claim.
European nations are reporting that your president might as well be the leader of the European nations also. They listen to us and they respect us like they've never respected us before. So we're going to work very hard. We get along with them. We want to get along with as many nations as we can. We've been ripped off by a lot of them for a lot of years.
Now, this tall claim follows the US president being named 2 days ago as Europe's most powerful person. A poll recently released the result of the list after having evaluated leaders not just by their titles or popularity, but by their real ability to influence decisions, shift of policies and challenge the existing order. In fact, this ranking was a welcome and respite amidst Trump making headlines and going viral for all the wrong reasons. Now, after the statements made at the ball yesterday, there is little left to say as to how much of a positive connotation remains in the case. Now, the online world especially did not take kindly to Trump's grand statement. In fact, his air of grandiose was swiftly trampled as netizens clamored online, dismissing any notion of his leadership being as sought after in Europe, from baffled reactions alleging his claim as ridiculous to angered reactions accusing the US president of incompetence back home in America. The internet displays a myriad of responses and retorts on your screens. And hot off the plate and straight to your screens. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the hot trends of the day. Sora OpenAI will now be able to generate videos based on more than 200 Disney characters, including Marvel, Pixar, and Star Wars. Disney has signed a deal with OpenAI and is investing $1 billion into the company. As the part of the 3-year agreement, some of these AI-generated videos will be released on Disney+. It's just got even more captivating for the fans, as they can also share these videos on social media. Ladies and gentlemen, internet has been swirling with questions of whether the US president is truly well or not, because the photo on your screens, viewers, speaks something else entirely. The photo was regulated hours after Trump signed an executive order banning states from regulating artificial intelligence. Netizens cracked up, saying that it was hilarious, and contrary also discovered that an AI image was generated. The incident highlighted challenges in spotting synthetic media amid advancing AI tools. History has been scripted by Indian junior men's hockey team World Cup Tamil Nadu 2025 in Chennai. It was a sensational win with a score of 4 runs in 11 minutes against Argentina. The match was begun by India on the front foot, further making inroads against Argentina. There was barely any opening found by India at the end of the first quarter, but the second quarter changed history for the nation. The Maharaja Yadavendra Singh International Cricket Stadium honoured Yuvraj Singh and Harmanpreet Kaur by naming stands after them. Yuvraj, the 2011 World Cup hero, brought energy to the Indian team before his 44th birthday, while Harmanpreet, captain of the 2025 Women's World Cup winning team, became the first active female cricketer to receive such an honour. Now, despite South Africa's 51-run victory, the event celebrated Punjab's cricket icons. Now, Cardi B delivered a humorous message to Saudi Arabia ahead of her performance in the Middle East. Now, this is regarding the Soundstorm 2025 festival. Now, during an Instagram live, she playfully promised to follow all the rules and be a good woman in the conservative kingdom. The rapper joked about covering up completely, even wearing gloves and socks, and expressed excitement for tax-free shopping. She is set to perform at the festival on December 13th, joining other artists like Post Malone. Now, an animated series based on the best-selling Magic Tree House book franchisee is officially in production. Author Mary Pope Osborne is a key creative partner in the venture, developed by Spury and Writeback. This is the first English-language adaptation for the series, which has sold over 194 million copies globally since its 1992 debut. It will leverage AI-enabled 3D production technology as well. Now, on December 11th, 2025, the Indian government informed the parliament that global air quality rankings, like those from IQ Air, WHO and other organizations, are not officially recognized or conducted by any governing authority. In response to the question in the Rajya Sabha, the Environment Ministry, in fact, emphasized that the World Health Organization's air quality guidelines are advisory and not legally binding. It also clarified that no official country-specific pollution rankings are maintained globally. Now, in a video that has been shared by Union Minister Kiran Rijiju on X, NDA MPs were seen travelling by bus to the Prime Minister's residence for a celebratory dinner. Rijiju thanked PM Modi for creating a warm, family-like atmosphere at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg. The December 11th gathering came shortly after the NDA's major victory in the Bihar Assembly elections. Now, Timothy Chalamet addressed fan theories that he is the masked UK rapper East D Kid during a recent UK radio interview. When directly asked if he was the anonymous Liverpool artist, Chalamet offered a rather cryptic tease. All will be revealed in due time. He did not confirm or deny the speculation which has circulated online due to the supposed physical similarities between him and high school Lil Timmy Tim rap past. Now, the theory has boosted the rapper's streaming numbers as well. Now, Indian trailblazer Vinesh Phogat, as of today, has officially reignited her Olympic journey in a very well-received announcement. Now, she took to social media to declare her return to the competitive wrestling world after an 18-month-long hiatus. Her retirement decision, now reversed, is only fortified by a profound personal shift. She recently became a mother and is dedicating her renewed pursuit of glory to her young son, whom she calls her biggest motivation. All of this as Phogat is all set to and has her sights firmly on the Los Angeles 2028 Olympics, aiming to achieve the coveted Olympic medal that has narrowly evaded her in 3 previous games. In fact, the star wrestler never really had it easy with Olympics. Her history with the Olympics, in fact, was one marked by distress. She suffered a knee injury during the quarterfinals of her debut games in 2016, forcing her to withdraw. Then in 2021, she entered the Tokyo Olympics as the top-ranked wrestler in her category, but was knocked out in the quarterfinals in a shocking upset. In Paris, it seemed that the Olympic curse was finally about to end, but Vinesh stormed into the finals of women's 50 kg category on Tuesday after defeating defending Olympic champion Yui Susaki of Japan, former European champion Oksana Levanch of Ukraine, and reigniting Pan American Games champion Arnab Goswami. However, she missed the weight on the morning of the final, sending shockwaves across India and the global wrestling community. This disqualification had affected her deeply, leading to a retirement announcement subsequently. Now, netizens echoed sentiments of cheer, jubilant, and as they welcomed the return of the star wrestler. The comment section below her posts were flooded with people swarming in, sending messages of encouragement, support, and adulation. From rooting for her success here on to celebrating the indomitable spirit of sportsmanship, the range of reactions sure are immense and also heartwarming. Now, viewers, here's a story that had the internet raging today. A brief interview attempt inside Poland's Sejm escalated right up to a dispute, the recording of which has been circulated widely online. The footage so released showed journalist Justiana Dobros-Oraks approaching Senator Wojciech to ask for his views on Poland's position in discussions related to the war in Ukraine. As she held out her microphone, the senator leaned towards it and appeared to interfere with the device, something which we see that Dobros and Orkas immediately objected to. Now, the conversation did not continue any further, and the clip ended shortly and abruptly after the interruption. Now, netizens were in no way pleased at the way the journalist was treated in this now viral video. In fact, the comments below the release visuals are just the beginning. It's just the tip of the iceberg, a small glimpse into the world of outrage against the senator online. From slamming the senator for such outrageous behavior to even calling him out on perpetuation and normalization of such actions, the internet rage was one to behold. Fast, zippy, and exactly how they should be. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the fast trends of the day. Justin Bieber recently took a trip down the memory lane. The pop star shared an Instagram reel where he had returned to the location where he filmed the music video for his 2010 single, Baby. Bieber, in fact, visited the now-abandoned bowling alley sporting an oversized grey t-shirt and bejeweled baggy shorts that he accessorized with a silver chain and a beanie as he sings the track Baby a cappella as someone off-camera beatboxes the melody. The former NBA center Jason Collins shared with his world that he has stage 4 cancer. Collins, who played for teams like Nets and Hawks, had announced in September that he was undergoing treatment for a brain tumor. And on Thursday, he came forward with an emotional update as he said that his tumor is growing very aggressively, but that he did not give a prognosis. Amidst the bleak update, he also shared a message of hope as he expressed gratitude to his family and is going to continue to fight. In the ACC Men's Under-19 Asia Cup 2025 opener at the ICC Academy, Suryavanshi smashed 9 fours and 14 sixes for his 171 off 95 balls, reaching triple figures in 56 deliveries, which makes this his 6th ton of the year. This explosive knock followed his IPL breakout as the youngest Centurion at 14 years and 32 days, plus hundreds in youth ODIs against England, youth tests in Australia, Syed Mushtaq Ali T20s, and of course for India A. BCCI praised the whirlwind innings, while Rajasthan Royals noted that he keeps rising the bar further. His dominance points to a bright future on the bigger stages. Now, of course, viewers, Akshay Khanna's performance in Dhurandhar has been winning the internet. As admiration for his performance surges, fans have now begun digging up old clips, including one featuring Akshay Kumar praising Akshay's talent. Now, in a widely shared post on X, a fan uploaded a scene from Farah Khan's 2010 film Tees Marka, where Akshay Kumar's character, posing as a filmmaker, approaches Akshay Khanna for a role. Now, along with the clip, the fan wrote, "Thank you, Director Saab, for giving the nation such an amazing actor." Akshay Kumar responded with wit as he wrote, "Kabhi ghamand nahi kiya." This basically translates to, "I have never been arrogant, brother, never." Ladies and gentlemen, we now close this show tonight with a glimpse into the Golden Qatar division of the Southern Command, executing dynamic operations, oriented training and rehearsed tactics. Watch this as I bid goodbye.
The biggest national controversy breaks out over Deepam. Arnab will debate Deepam controversy for a second day running. Whether it's Dharmsthala or Deepam, Republic raises the hard question. Big debate at 8 p.m.